Hi everyone, Mark here. Today I'm going to show you how to get your fish ready for posting. Basically it's a guide for the beginner. I know there might be a lot of breeders who will watch this and you might have your ways of doing this. Basically this is just my guide for showing all the people that I've never posted fish before. So getting straight into it, I've got 3 different size boxes here. The bigger box is mainly for obviously the bigger fish to be able to fit more bags inside, and then you've got the medium sized one. This one's mainly for probably fish around about 1 inch in size up to 1.5 inches, probably get about 3 bags on the side in this one. And then the next box here is for basically fry. So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about exactly what you need before you even think about posting fish. So you've got to make sure that you've got your different size bags. Okay, so for instance, I've got 3 examples here. These quite large bags here will probably do fish around about 3.5 inch. You can also get bags a lot bigger, but none of my fish are up around any bigger than 4 inch. So yeah, that's for about 3 to 4 inch in size. And then you have the medium bags, which fish probably around about 1.5 inch to probably 2.5 inch. And then you have your fry bags, a bit smaller obviously, probably get around about 10 fry, up to about 2 centimetres in these side bags. So obviously you're going to use some newspaper for lining the boxes. Then you're going to use some tape. I personally use gaffer tape, but I need to pick some stuff up. So I've just got some as an example, which is just like sellotape normal. Then electrical tape that you'll be needing as well. Some elastic bands, and I'll show you what they're used for later on in the video. Most importantly, you've got to keep the fish warm through postage. So I recommend that you get a heat pack that lasts for up to 24 hours. Most camping stores do them. You can also get them online from most tropical outlets and stuff like that. Even reptile websites do them as well. You can also go on heatpacks.co.uk and they have some really good ones in there, and I'll show you how to use them in a bit. Scissors, you'll definitely need scissors, I'll show you what for in a bit. In here, you won't be able to really see, I haven't got a tub of them, but these are what are called bag buddies. You add these to the water in the bag, and it basically gets rid of all the impurities, like all the waste from the fish during the travel. So you can pick these up on eBay. They mainly come over from America. You can get them in tubs of 100, 200, up to 400. So yeah, they're not that too expensive, but they are a must when you're posting fish for next day delivery. And it turns the water blue, but there's nothing to worry about. Okay, these are like packers. Basically, sometimes you'll find when you put your bags into the boxes, you'll have spaces. I was lucky enough, I've had 2 backgrounds delivered this year, and these come inside and they come in really handy. You can fit them in and it just keeps all the other bags all nice and snug. If you haven't got spaces, you can use other smaller bags. If you've got any spare, just obviously tie them near the top so they're just full of air, and you can use them as well. And then lastly, what I've got is some bubble wrap. This helps when you put your newspaper on the bottom, and then you can put this on the bottom of the box, and then your bag's in, and this just gives the bags a bit more extra protection, because yeah, they are getting tiny, probably, well, depending on who you're posting with, and the boxes might accidentally get knocked around a bit, and just for a bit of extra support. Okay. So that's really all you need. So before you start getting ready to post your fish, you have to make sure you've got all the bare essentials, obviously, and then you've got to start thinking about catching the fish and stuff like that. When it comes to catching the fish, just make sure you've got everything prepared beforehand, so you don't want them, you know, the fish too long hanging in the nets and stuff like that. So in the next section, I'll show you how to get the box ready to put the bags in. Okay, so as you can see, I'm going to use the medium size box today, and then later on in the video I'll show you how to then bag fry. So basically today is going to be fry up to about 3.5, almost an inch. So the first thing you want to do is get your newspaper. So basically covers all the bottom, and what happens is some water will, in some cases, actually come out of the bag. Most of it is probably from a bit of condensation around the bag as well, so it's nothing much to worry about. So you just want to get the newspaper up both sides as well. Okay, so once you've got the newspaper up, you can, you know, a lot of people might not use the bubble wrap. I tend to use the bubble wrap. I think it's, you know, a must really, extra protection for the fish. So then it's just a case of measuring it out. Because I've got the newspaper up on the sides, I'll put either that way or that way, depending, you know, how big the box is. So what I'm going to do in this case is just place it in like that. So when you put your bags in, you'll be able to then fold the top of the bubble wrap over the top of the bags. So if I just close the box up, okay, on this box, see if I can get it on the camera for you. It's already got things written on it, like this way up, like do not shake, fragile, this way up, and then on the bottom live fish fry and arrows obviously, and then on the top of the box as well, it's more fragile and please do not shake and stuff like that. And here there's holes. Basically this will let air in to keep the heat pack, because obviously the heat pack needs constant air to keep warm basically. Okay, so in the next bit I will show you how to bag up the fish. Okay, so when it comes to figuring out how much water to put in the bag before you put the fish in, a lot of people say just enough to cover the fish, double the size of the fish. The one that says, you know, just enough to cover the fish is probably the best, or just a tiny bit more. Basically, you need more space for air than natural water in the bag. So because I'm going to be putting my bag on its side, I put a slightly bit more water, and as you can see the water is now blue. That's because I put the bag buddy in there, so it's all ready for the fish. And just for this example, there's no point in me trying to catch loads of fry and stuff. So I've already got 2 fry, so you can just leave the bag. If you ruffle the top up, the bag will actually float in the water because the air trapped in. So now the 2 fry, I'm just going to use 2 Demisoni fry. Go straight into the top. Roll the sides up. The trick is to catch as much air in the bag as possible. A lot of the big breeders, they'll pump oxygen into the tank. Unfortunately, I haven't got that to show you guys today. But it is, I do recommend that, you know, you can put oxygen straight into the bag. It just helps out the fish a bit more as well. So holding the bag up as well, right at the top. Give it a good twist. Pull the knot as tight as you can. Sometimes you can use your teeth just to give it a bit of extra, bit of force just to hold it in place. Okay, so I recommend you double bag your fry. So remember before I was talking about elastic bands? So this is basically just going to hold the top down. So you'll see when I put it into the other bag, you'll see exactly what I mean. I'll try and be as quick as possible, sorry about this. Okay, so that's just holding the top down now. So then you get your other bag. So you want the top, where you put the knot, going in. Always do it, I always do it over the tank. And try and be as gentle as possible. Let it slide. So what you'll have then is extra protection for the fish. Okay, so twist the other one. There you have it. So the fish will actually sit now on its side. It's double bagged, extra protection. So yeah. Sorry, I probably took a bit longer than it did take a bit longer than I expected. But now I'll just show you how to put them in a box and then seal it all up using the heat pack and stuff like that. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to get the box ready for postage. So just showing you how to bag up the fry. I'm only going to use basically one bag for this example. Then I'm going to use the spaces just like I would put other bags in. Okay, because of the size of this box, what I'm going to do, just imagine there was three bags, so it would be 1, 2 and 3. So what I'm going to do for this example is put it in the middle, so you can see it, how it's sitting in the middle there. And I'm going to use the spaces next to the bag. So you can see how the bag, right in the middle, if the box does get accidentally knocked about and stuff, you know, it's got extra protection either side. So then with the bubble wrap, it goes over, seals the top. Okay, so now you've got all your the bag and everything all securely into the box. That's what it should look like. And remember, this is only my way of doing it. Other people will have their way of doing it. Okay, so when it comes to getting the heat pack ready, read the instructions on the heat pack. Some of them are different. This one, you need to open it, shake it, half an hour before sealing the box. Sorry. So what I do, I'm not going to actually open it, but what I'm just going to use it as an example is I will sellotape the heat pack to the inside top of the lid once it's dead warm. You'll give it a good half an hour, sometimes even 40 minutes if you think, just to be extra careful. So just use some tape. Remember not to cover the actual heat, the hot bit of the heat pack. It will have a rim around the side of the heat pack, so just get some tape and to cover that up. Okay, so just say that's in there now. Just put that to one side. So you're closing up the box. This is a box that I've had delivered in the past, so as you can see, I'll use where they put the gaffer tape as an example. You really do need to put as much tape as possible. So this size box will have obviously 2 going round, and then 1 going round as well, and then 1 going around the top of the box. What I suggest is close it first, put 1 round the top, and then tape over that, and then put another 1 round the top. And don't forget to write on the box things like fragile, live fish fry, top, and then obviously put the arrows pointing up, this way up, and then live fish fry. There is a lot of options open to you regarding posting fish. A lot of, well, in the UK, a lot will use APC, Parcel Force and Royal Mail next day delivery. Unfortunately, I can't use APC in my area because there's something wrong with their insurance policies and I can't post, so I use Royal Mail next day delivery. And touch wood, I've not had any deaths fish-wise for a long time. So yeah, I hope, I think I've covered absolutely everything for the beginner. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment below. I always look at all the comments and I'll try and answer it as best as I can. If you've got a different way of doing it, by all means, please leave a video response and I'll accept it. There's no problem there. And check out my channel, guys. Really appreciate you watching the video, and I hope it helps out someone in the future when it comes to posting your fish. See ya.